Hello everyone, my name is Carole. This is my channel Sew Carole and welcome to #Friday Sews. On Friday Sews this week I will be talking about a few things that I have been sewing, but I will also have a 1 minute 30-second video tutorial on how to do Tailor Tacks. I'm going to put chapters in the description box, so if you want to jump to that bit, you're welcome. If you've been doing Tailor Tacks all your life and you're not interested, then you know you can skip it. But I thought I would just add that in as a little fun tutorial on how to do them because they're so quick and easy. Thank you of course to Jen from Today in Jen's Sewing Room for creating this wonderful hashtag and changing so many people's life forever. A simple thing to do, create a hashtag where we can all find our favourite sewists and wonderful new sewing channels that are coming online all the time in one place on YouTube just by typing #Friday Sews into the search bar. So I sewed a couple of things this week, but the first thing I did was I rescued something out of a charity bag. I had a charity bag in the garage of some things I threw out that I'd made, and it's been there for a good couple of months. I have made this dress here in this stripe, and it had pockets, and I made it a few years ago and it was just a little bit too clingy because it was jersey. It was a little bit too clingy, so I threw it out. Then after a while I thought, actually that's a silly thing to do because I could just turn it into a t-shirt, because up until my waist it's absolutely fine. So that's what I did. I chopped it off, cover stitched the hem, and I've got myself a nice t-shirt with pocket. It's the pattern where you can do the cuff sleeves up or down, but I'm really pleased with that because it was a really nice little piece of fabric, and now I've got a t-shirt, so I'm glad I saved that out of the charity bag. The second thing I sewed up was New Look 6351. I made the navy and white striped t-shirt last week and I was going to have a go at making the skirt. Now, I know why I don't sew skirts very often for me, because they just don't do anything for me at all. However, I had these pieces of denim and I must admit it's very comfy. It doesn't do anything for my figure whatsoever. It just makes me look shorter, kind of cuts me in half, and that's the reason I don't sew skirts. But having said that, it is quite a fun little skirt. I will get some use out of it, and it's lovely to wear. It's different from wearing shorts and crop trousers, so I am pleased with it. Now I made it out of this denim. Please excuse the tie, it was some cord I had, but I haven't got any other cord than that and it's not quite the right thing. I did the contrast thread in white because I like denim and a white thread as top stitching, so I did fair use my cover stitch there, put some pockets on the back which it doesn't have. I didn't think the pattern came with pockets, but it did, so I put 2 pockets on the back. And the problem being a couple of things, it's quite rigid on me, but it did have pockets. I'm going to turn it inside out because I've never made pockets like this before. They were literally rectangles. You can see a raw edge there, and the reason I've left that raw edge because I'm still not 100% convinced on them. Because I made them out of the same fabric of the skirt, they are quite heavy and they're making the skirt quite bulky at the hips. So I think I'm either going to take these out or I'm going to replace a portion of it with much lighter fabric. So I'm keeping my options opened on that one. But yeah, it was just a long rectangle piece that you kind of folded in. Never made them like that before. So anyway, as you can see, I'm wearing them. I will go with me on my trip, but I'm just a little bit worried about how bulky that makes it on the hips. But other than that, it's a really nice quick little make for a skirt, but maybe just not in so thick a fabric. Now this I'm quite excited about. This is a pattern I've had in my folders for a very long time. It's New Look 6626. Now Jen from Today in Jen's Sewing Room has been going to make this dress. Now whether she's made it or not, I'm not too sure. But I had only ever looked at this pattern and looked at the top and the skirt, and as I've just said before, skirts aren't really me, so I've kind of ignored the pattern. And it's for knits only. I don't know why I've ignored this pattern so long, because I absolutely love the top portion of this dress, and it actually comes with a top. I was a bit worried about it being elastic round here. I just absolutely love this. I was going to make it in a brown fabric, I think I showed you last week. I decided against that because I really wasn't sure, but very luckily I had a bit of viscose jersey in my stash that I'd completely forgotten about. So here is the dress. It's the most lovely viscose jersey. It's ever so drapey. This dress is absolutely perfect for what I wanted. I just wanted something that can just be worn with trainers or I want to say daps, but that's a really southwest of England expression, so I can't say daps. Plimsolls, tennis shoes if you're in America. But yeah, I love it. I love this top bit. This bit of elastic here is just lovely. It creates a really nice shape, and quite often so much on me is kind of falling off the shoulders, but it's got this lovely tie. A really good pattern. The only thing I would say is they just get you to turn over and then insert the elastic. It's not a casing, so you've got this raw edge there. I know it's jersey, but I'm not particularly happy about that. But if I did it again, I would turn it over and make a proper casing for it. But yeah, I am so happy with this. I will definitely be making some more of those tops because I loved that neckline. Now the last thing I sewed was a t-shirt and a matching pair of shorts. So this had this beautiful cotton jersey with little roses on. Oh, got some more threads to chop off there. Yeah, so I made this lovely matching t-shirt and a matching pair of shorts. I'm not going to say it because yes, it is what you're thinking. I used ULOOK 6859 for the shorts, and I used McCalls 7515 for the top. So yeah, I have a matching t-shirt and a pair of shorts, and I'm not going to say it, but I promise you that's the last summer pair I'll be making this year. Now I've got something that's been in my sewing room for a week which I haven't opened, and that's my sewing box, the jersey subscription box. It feels quite light, I have to say. As you can see, I haven't opened it, so I thought I'd open it now and see what fabric I've got. Then I can come back from my trip and have some to look forward to. Ooh, yeah, ooh. Oh, it's shoulder seam facing, but it's in black. Now I've got a massive roll of that which I use all the time just to just secure these shoulder seams on the inside. Yeah, it's a bit of black stuff. Thought it was bias binding for a minute, but it isn't. And look at this. Box drops on the floor. A bit of jersey, obviously it's a Dashwood Studio one. It's, I would say, yeah, it is black, but some pinks and some, isn't that bright and lovely? I like that. That could make a nice wintry or autumn dress. I'll just find out how much I've got of that. I reckon, oh, I've got about 2 meters of that, I would say. Now that is lovely. Now I can really see that as a kind of wintry dress. Thank you very much. Oh, and some black Gutermann thread. Yeah, it is black. So I look forward to washing that and getting that made up when I come back, when I'm in the autumn spirit. I know I promised it, so I'm going to put in my super quick Tailor Tack tutorial. So as I said in the beginning, if you've been doing them all your lives, well, you can watch it and see what you think. A proper Tailor Tack, you should go in and out twice, so you've got almost like a cross. I do it the quick way. I just go in and out once, and I find that it works fine, and it very rarely falls out. So I'll put it in now. I've cut a long length of thread and I've doubled it over and made sure the ends are more or less even. And you can see I've got some little circles here, so I'm going to use the 10 markers. So all you do is just go in and come out and just pull and keep pulling until you get a decent length the other side. So I've got 2 layers, so I know I'm going to need quite long length. So what I do then is leave, there's probably a good couple of inches there, and do the same for this one. Just in and out on the dot, leave a nice length, chop it off. So simple as that. Then when you want to separate the pieces, you remove the pins, you lift the tissue away very carefully, and you can see you've got your markers, but we want both layers to have the Tailor Tacks. So if I pull it apart slightly, make sure I'm not pulling all the way through, so I've still got some threads on this side and I've got the threads on that side, and you literally just chop them off. And there you have your dots marked. You can see it on that side and you can see it on that side. Easy peasy, quick as anything to do. Something I also did this week was I had to shorten a pair of trousers for my father. So he bought some new pair of trousers. Mum used to do it, but she hasn't sort of got access to the machines that I have. So I said I'd have a go at it. And I will insert the footage here because I had to do something I had never done before. My father has these pair of trousers that he wants shortened. So he wants them shortened by about the same width as the hem is now. Now, I've shortened trousers many times before, but obviously this is a brand new pair of trousers and I want to make a really good job of it. So I thought I'd have a look. I thought there'd be a hemband, but there isn't. It's obviously a serged edge, but it has been done by blind hemming. Now, I have never done blind hemming in my life. I would normally have I was going to serge the edge and then I was going to hand stitch, but I'm not going to create such even, beautiful stitches. So I thought I'd investigate into blind hemming and have a go. So that's what I'm going to be doing. This is a foot I've never used before, the blind hem foot. I've been playing around with some of the stitching. I've been doing white on burgundy just to see how it will come out. And I think I've finally got the right stitch length. I have played around with many. Obviously that's white so it shows through. I reduced it down to that level, the width being 0.2. And this is one I did with the burgundy on the top and the white on the bottom. So you can see the white on the bottom. But I think that's pretty good. So what I need now to do is to actually brave it on the trousers. All done, and I have to say, I've learnt so much. I've learnt about blind hemming. I would say I could have got away with a bigger stitch width. So I had it on 0.2, definitely 0.3 would have been better, being probably a bit more secure, but I have gone in and just sewn over, especially over the bulky bits there. So yeah, I'm hoping he's very pleased with those. I made the other Lightning McQueen book cover, composition notebook cover. Now this was a pattern that was designed by Andra from Andra Makes, and she's got a wonderful tutorial on it. I'm sure you've seen a few of us pop up now. We've made some recently. But I made it in the Lightning McQueen, so the boys took them camping with them as they're away this week. And I have to put in this photo because it just made me laugh. It was almost like Reggie, their dog, was going to be doing some drawing. But at least they're being used and I'm really pleased with them. So we had to very sadly go to that funeral at the weekend. However, it was on the north coast of Norfolk, which is about 250 miles away from where I live. So it's quite a trek, but I have to say the weather was amazing and the scenery was amazing up there. It's right on the coastline, so I'm going to put some pictures in at the end. Also, I had to pop down to my daughter where they're staying, the other side of Dorset, when I got back to pick up Reggie, their dog, because we were going to be looking after him for the rest of the week. And another beautiful day, and I had to take a picture of the view from their campsite because it was just stunning. So those pictures I will be putting up at the end because I can never get enough of the English coastline on a beautiful day. So I shall put those in. So we go away at the weekend for a couple of weeks to Ontario, and I've been very much looking forward to this holiday. That will mean, of course, that I probably won't be doing a Friday Sews next week. I'm going to have a break and have 2 weeks off and not worry about mobile phone signal, because that is the thing that we really seem to struggle with in North America now when we come over. It's something to do with our systems and systems over there. I'm not sure if Canada is the same, but I know we have struggled in the past. So I won't be doing a Friday Sews for a couple of weeks. I hope you don't mind, but I'll have, I'm sure, lots to show you and catch up with when I get back. One thing I will definitely be working on when I get back is the little bridesmaid's dress or flower girl dress that I will need for the beginning of October. I've also got next week coming out on the 30th. It's the results of my Busy Bee challenge number 2, which was the transformation challenge. So watch out for that next week. I've also got a couple more collabs coming out in September and a few things going on. So I will be back in the middle of September with a lot of sewing to be done. For this wedding, I haven't even thought about what I'm going to be wearing yet, so I really need to get sorted on I'm probably going to wear just quite a simple dress, but using some nice fabric and maybe a jacket over the top, but I'm not sure. But I have so much to do when I get back in September. But I hope you'll stick with me and come back and see me when I get back from holiday. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend full of sewing and whatever you fancy doing. And I will look forward to seeing you when I get back. And don't forget to check out my video next week. I'll say goodbye for now. Bye.